All right, welcome back. We are going through the 2012 CIMC, the intermediate competition. We just did part A, question 1. Now we're going to do part A, question 2. Okay, so this is still in the only solutions are needed section of the contest, but we're still going to write out a little bit of explanation. Okay, so let's take a look at this question. Question number 2. Which of the following is largest? 1 to the power of 20, 2 to the power of 14, 4 to the power of 8, 8 to the power of 5, and 16 to the power of 3. Okay? So for a question like this, we're asked to compare exponents. You know, we have 2 to the 14. We have to compare it. Is it bigger or smaller than 8 to the 5th? And with questions like these, with exponent questions, when you're comparing, what you want to do is get them all to a common base, if you can. If you can't get them all to a common base, then you're going to have to try and get them close and use your knowledge of numbers to make up the difference. Okay, so this question, we're comparing 5 different ones, 1 to the 20, 2 to the 14, 4 to the 8, 8 to the power of 5, and 16 to the power of 3. We need to get as many common bases as possible. So let's just dive right in. All right, so we are dealing with 1 to the 20, 2 to the 14, 4 to the 8, 8 to the 5, and 16 to the 3. All right, let's just double check. Those are exactly the numbers we're looking at. So we want to compare these guys. Well, there's one that we can eliminate right away. Unfortunately, 1 to the 20, we can't get a common base. 1 to the 20 is always 1. 1 to the anything is always 1. This is just basic exponents. So as long as any of these numbers are greater than 1, and it's pretty clear that they are, we know that this one is going to be out. Okay? But now we have these other ones that we need to all get into a common base. That way we can compare them. So we take a look, okay, 2, 4, 8, 16, these are the bases we already have. What do they have in common? Well, they themselves are powers of 2. 4 is 2 to the 2, 8 is 2 to the 3, and 16 is 2 to the power of 4. So what we can do, other than the first one, 2 to the 14, he's fine as it is. But 4 to the 8, what we can really do is we can say, oh, well, 4 is 2 to the 2. And then that is raised to the power of 8. Okay? We can say 8 to the 5. Well, that's really 2 to the power of 3 raised to the 5th power. And our last one, 16 to the power of 3, if we wanted to write that in terms of powers of 2, 16 is 2 to the 4th, 2 squared, and we have a little 3 up there. Okay? So now we're starting to get 2's as our bases, but we don't just have 2 to the something that we can compare. Okay? But that's when the laws of exponents come in. So we can quickly rearrange these guys. Right? The 8 and the 2 multiply together. So instead of 2 to the 2 to the 8, we have 2 to the 2 times 8, 2 to the 16. Right? So we can sort of remember this exponent law down here. We have, I don't know what I did there. We have a to the m, so any number to any number, to the n, that's the same as a to the m times n. This is just a basic exponent law you should be familiar with. And it's coming into play here in order to get everything in terms of powers of 2. So this next one here, sure, he's 2 to the 3 to the 5, but he's also 2 to the 3 times 5, which is just 2 to the 15. And this one here, 2 to the 4 to the 3, 2 to the 4 times 3, or really just 2 to the power of 12. Okay? And now we can easily compare. I mean, we know 1 to the 20 is out. We already ruled that out. But now we're left to compare with 2 to the 14, 2 to the 16, 2 to the power of 15, and 2 to the power of 12. Okay? So since we have common bases, they all have a base of 2 now, it's just a simple matter of finding which one has the highest exponent. Okay? And it turns out that 2 to the 16 has the highest. 16 is bigger than 15, bigger than 14, bigger than 12. Okay? So 2 to the 16 is the answer we want. Now we're not just going to write down 2 to the 16. We were asked out of 1 to the 20, 2 to the 14, 4 to the 8, 8 to the 5, and 16 to the power of 3, which of those is the biggest. So it's best for us, even though we are writing this out and we've shown their equivalence, it's best for us to write in terms of the original number. So 4 to the power of 8. Okay, and we would put 4 to the 8 in the little box provided if we were doing the contest. Okay. So let's double check, was there anything else we needed to do in this question? Which of the following is largest? 1 to the 20, 2 to the 14, 4 to the 8, 8 to the 5, 16 to the 3. There's nothing else for us to do. We've identified the correct answer. Okay. 4 to the power of 8 turned out to be the biggest one. Okay. So we write it down, and we move on. And I hope you will move on and join me for question number 3 next time. And I'll see you then.